Hey guys, today's episode is brought to you by G Fuel. Use the code COMICS at checkout to get yourself 10% off of your order. One of the best sponsors we have here over at Absolutely Marvel and DC, and we'd love to continue that relationship. Please help us with that. Also, help us reach 100 subs. Please consider hitting that subscription button. We want to do that. What? Was it? What did I say?
100,000.
What did I say? 100 million?
Just 100.
Oh, can we hit 100 subs? Thank you, guys. And now to your video. Welcome back to Absolutely, everybody. My name is Benny, that is Dan, and that is Sal. And Sal and I got luckily to go to San Diego Comic-Con and have many stories to tell you. And we will eventually, but today we're going to talk about the DC Comics panel and the problems with the DC Comics panel, which first off, I'm going to say we didn't hear nothing. We had to Google it afterwards.
I heard that The Rock wore his Black Adam costume, but is that actually what happened? Because
yes,
that's how
he
much
wore
I
it on
heard
stage
about that.
supposedly. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, it was okay. So the DC panel came up. We didn't hear about Batgirl, which is supposedly was supposed to come out. I Googled the original release date 4 days ago.
Oh my god!
It was coming out July 21st.
That's great.
Oops.
Okay. We didn't hear about Batgirl. We didn't hear nothing about Flash. Not even a confirmation of it's even happening.
We're never going to hear about Flash. Yeah.
There was rumors going around, which we can discuss here, but we're going to discuss the problems with these rumors in another video.
Yeah.
But that Henry Cavill was going to show up, which is a rumor started randomly by a website that everyone got excited about, and he wasn't there.
Spoilers, he didn't show up.
You know
anyway.
what? I want to say about this real quick, because this one doesn't matter to the other part of that discussion. Why did Henry Cavill at any point tweet out like, guys, no, I'm still at home in England?
I bet because maybe it sounds like it was one of those things where, like, the fact that he didn't get ahead of it, because so many actors do when there are rumors about them, that maybe they were working on it, and he was like, and it just didn't happen. Like, that up until about 24 hours before the show, he was maybe going to go, but it didn't work out.
Maybe.
Or it was free publicity for Henry Cavill. People are Googling his name. And
right, but he should have been like tweeted and been like, hey, you want to watch me build another PC? Check me out over at henrycavill.com.
I'm back at the Warhammer place.
Right.
So that's the thing. He didn't know it was happening because he was painting his Warhammer figurines.
Yeah, he's so out. I could see that, man. I've gotten lost in MMOs, and we know already that he is an avid gamer.
Yeah.
So anyway, nothing came out of it. They didn't mention anything about a Batman sequel. We didn't hear anything about Batman. Like, it was lackluster. They came out and said, here's Shazam 2 and Black Adam, and that's that. And I feel like that's partially because they're still in talks. Discovery Plus has now come in, and they are there's finally someone back at the DCEU helm.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to fix that ship.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that, like, the reason why we got the announcement about Black Adam and stuff is because they're like, we know for a fact that this is going to work.
Yeah.
So
we know Black Adam's going to work because it has the rocket. We already know Shazam 1 worked, so let's do Shazam 2.
Exactly.
I have a big feeling that they're also kind of in a boat where they're like, okay, we can't really announce things that are coming out too far in the future because we don't know what our actors are going to do between now and then.
Yeah, we don't know how they're going to
screw ourselves
or ruin their lives. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We're not even going to discuss that, but I was not surprised to not hear anything about the Flash. It's been pushed back so far, which has created problems, I think, for Batgirl, because Flash was going to explain this year why Michael Keaton's Batman is floating around. But now he's over there, and I think that's part of the problem with these multi-franchisal things being linked in DC, not having like the contracts that Marvel does, where it's like, you will not do this, you will not do that, you will just be fired, we will replace you. Like, I mean, what do you think about this, Sal?
I feel like the fact is, we needed to lean into the things we know are going to work. I would have been very surprised if we got anything about Flash. Like, that actually would have been kind of impressive if they even addressed Flash at this show. So I'm glad they didn't, because there was no overshadowing. The other thing I'm sure they were also careful about was, like, don't say anything that will overshadow whatever we say. Also, I saw a lot of discussion after this. People were like, oh, DC won. Like, DC won because The Rock is, like, personally spearheading the DC universe and, like, is practically shepherding it all by himself. And I'm like, is he?
I actually wonder, that's what I was going to bring up, because you got to think, Shazam and Black Adam are intrinsically linked.
Yes.
Regardless of them showing up in each other's movies, their powers come from the same source. They will eventually meet up.
Yes.
And I think it's kind of smart that DC's not rushing to Shazam versus Black Adam. They're doing what we wanted from Batman v Superman.
Right.
They're building up this whole thing.
And
which, by the way,
combo
Shazam
movie.
2 looks like fire. It is fucking insane. Like,
It
he's
looks
fighting
fun.
a dragon. They're fighting all these like other like. It's just I'm insane.
The thing that only confused me about that was they're really leaning into Helen Mirren in that trailer. They're like, yo, Helen Mirren. I'm like, sweet. What? I like her, but like, what? Anyway.
So, but like, it was just weird. I don't think they've won. I do think that they are leaning into. We have these two magical superheroes. We have The Rock as one of them.
Yep.
If we just let him do what he wants to do, he will continually promote our universe.
That's right.
And we'll build to wherever this goes.
100%.
And the fact that this is all they showed
Yeah.
at San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. There is no like D23 waiting for DC. Like, there's
Yeah.
no other thing.
We
This
don't even
is
know
it.
if Fandom is even going to happen, and that's like pales in
I've seen
comparison
no
to
announcement
D23.
whatsoever about it. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We have no idea. It seems like a missed opportunity, but also, charitably, I'll say that the things we saw were positive, and everyone's very excited about the things we saw. So ultimately, DC didn't go like, here's a Batgirl movie nobody asked for. Let's talk about the implosion that is the Flash. Like, let's
for the
not
record,
address Superman.
I like Superman still not being addressed is like what?
Right, but
What?
DC didn't say anything about it.
Well,
Like,
I
at
don't
least
even give
DC
a
didn't
shit.
say anything. Yeah,
I don't give a shit that Henry Cavill's not there. I didn't give a shit about
No.
that. But for them to not even be like, okay, we have a Batman 2, we have a Man of Steel 2, we don't have
Yeah.
dates, they're coming, we're working on it.
Right.
Like and the fact that they didn't even bring up Batgirl and just cut out the stuff related to the Flash. Like
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
trailer, I'm saying, just make it Batgirl centric.
I know.
This movie was supposedly going to come out 4 days ago, and I still have seen nothing but set photos.
Yeah, not even official photos, just photos like from the set by randos. Like,
Yeah.
Here, I saw her through a window. Here's a picture of her. Like, cool. Like, we still haven't seen an official released costume for the Batman of that universe, but we have seen a blurry, weird photo of it.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like,
what do
they
you
could-
think about Batgirl missing, Dan? Let's start hammering that in.
Please.
Honestly, the fact that it was supposed to come out a couple days ago is pretty baffling to me because I didn't even. I don't
didn't know
know
that.
if I've
Googled-
heard they've been filming at all.
What
I haven't
salad
heard
I
it.
realized it didn't get mentioned. I googled the original release date.
Right.
It was this month.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's.
and this isn't like the
It wasn't on
Cyborg
my
movie that we
radar.
all laughed about. Like this is
Right.
done supposedly.
Yeah, this is
Batgirl's
shot.
like done.
This could come out in theaters. Like, Benny and I saw Prey, and it was like we saw it in a theater, and then it will not be coming out ever again in a theater until the heat death of the universe. Like, it's coming out on Hulu. This Batgirl movie, like, if there was enough hype at San Diego, they might have been like, put it on in theaters, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing. There's not even a poster.
Like I feel like that's probably why they did not say anything is
Right.
they don't there honestly there is no hype. I completely forgot that it was even a thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're in kind of a boat where they don't know what's going on, so it's better to just kind of let it sit to the side until we know what we're doing so we're not over promoting something and then going, "Oh, wait, that's not going to be it."
Yeah,
or
over-promotion
it's
is
going to
worse.
be exactly over promotion is a lot worse than under promotion because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, once they have stuff for it,
Yeah.
then it's going to make big news. People are going to go, "Oh my gosh, did you see they finally came out with a Batgirl trailer?" Like, "Oh my
Right.
gosh, Robert Pattinson's dick is in it for some reason." And it's like, we were talking about Black Label,
We were talking about Black
in
Label,
a previous
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
video
know, I
for
know.
people who don't know what that random comment was. But that's kind of my opinion on it because
that's fair.
it wasn't even on my radar. When it comes to
no.
DC, I've been thinking, what's going to happen with the Flash thing?
Yep.
That one's kind of a perpetual one. The Aquaman 2, that kind of resolved when the trial was resolved and like people were like, okay, well, we kind of know what's changing with that. I am kind of surprised that we didn't get another trailer for that though. But then Black Adam, like you were saying, The Rock is carrying the DC universe because he's such a reliable and wholesome and good person
Right.
that you can really make him the face of the DCEU. And in regards to the not having Superman, I'm starting to wonder if they're even going to go down that route or they're going to make like Shazam their Superman.
I mean, dude,
I'm
you
shocked
just
they didn't.
No, you just said something that really triggered my brain on this whole thing in a good way.
Okay. I was like, oh, God.
I feel like after Ben Affleck, after the Amber Heard situation, after the Ezra Miller situation, after all of these things that have happened, DC right now, until it's finalized in Discovery, is going as safe as possible. And who's one of the most brand-friendly, safest actors you can employ right now? The Rock.
Right.
And Zachary Levi hasn't done jack shit. So they're like, just keep going with that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we're at a point where they don't want to associate anything tied to any problems right now.
Right.
But we have The Rock, and we know The Rock isn't going to groom young children or kidnap them or disappear into a void and taunt the police. So,
yeah, if anything, he's going to accidentally eat a child because he needs to hit his calorie count for the day.
He's also not going to shit on a bed or slip into alcoholism because people didn't like his Batman. So, you know what? Let's
like we could save ourselves a lot of time and energy if we just like let The Rock be in front of the camera. People love him. He's a known quantity. He makes money. Like it's safer.
And the DCU EU has not had like a single face to it for a long time, whereas like for the longest time with Marvel, you would like if you thought MCU, you thought Chris Evans, Captain America.
Yep.
Like Robert Downey Jr.
For a while, we figured
like,
Henry Cavill and Batfleck, and that worked for like 3 years, and then everyone quit.
So
That's right.
So let's move on to Shazam 2. Shazam 2 looks awesome. It's got dragons. It's got the gods. I think this is going to kind of be an idea of the storyline that came out during the death of Darkseid. What was it, Darkseid War?
Yeah.
Shazam went on a journey to fight these other gods to get different powers because they stole them from him, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be related to
with that.
Yeah, I could see that. What do you think, Sal? Because you know, how much Shazam do you know?
Not a lot, man. Like my Shazam knowledge is wanting. I'll tell you that. So I was just like honestly, I don't like Shazam in comics. I don't care about that character. So
he's redundant is the problem. He's redundant. He's got some fun moments, but in terms of the DC universe,
DC only owns him because of Superman. Like because they're like, you're eating into our profits. But ultimately, like my favorite Shazam is in Kingdom Come as a plot device. So it's like, but I liked Shazam 1. It's like
he's a plot device in Injustice. He was the character that like set up the. Oh my God, that was it. Superman crossed the line. Like up until that moment, he hadn't crossed the line.
Right, but I liked the first movie. I'm probably gonna like this one. It's the same creative team. So yay! But I have no idea what's happening in this movie. I'm like, knock yourselves out, guys. I don't know what you're doing.
Hold on, the chat just told me that Ben Affleck was in the Shazam 2. I literally just watched the trailer. Where was
he comments on the fact of, oh, Batman's so cool, and they do a pose of Batman.
Yeah, they reused footage from other movies to show those characters. I don't think they're going to be in the movie.
Okay, because they even show the Flash, and I doubt they're going to be showing the Flash.
Yeah,
right now, the confirmed final appearance of Batfleck is in that Flashpoint movie that who knows if we'll even see.
Right.
Probably
that is the
not.
final confirmed appearance of Batfleck. It is just to hand off to the new Batman. That's all it is. So
yeah, weird.
So to follow up with the question of why show them at all, because technically DC is maintaining that continuity at the moment. Yes. Flashpoint is supposed to correct it and fix it all, and anything happening. Because let me just say, that's how that is on paper what has been leaked and what is going on. They're going to lean into what's left of the Justice League until Flashpoint, and then it's going to reboot everything. And the sad part is things like Peacemaker were on that list.
I know.
Like that it was going to be like, okay, Peacemaker season 1, over. It's in that other universe. Peacemaker season 2, new thing. Like that. That was what they were saying. Flashpoint was going to reset them all.
Okay.
So
they still could reshoot. Like they could recast Flash and end Flashpoint with him going through the Speed Force and then being another actor. Like I feel like that's probably what they're gonna do if they're gonna protect themselves. But that's another topic for another video.
Yeah, it's another idea.
Honestly, I think the DC was smart and strategic in their coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. But I mean, like Marvel was like, here's the wrap up of Phase 4. Here's Phase 5. Here's Phase 6. Here's 2 Avengers movies. Here's these actors. Here's friggin' the High Evolutionary in costume on stage. Like, okay.
Well,
and
it
DC
just shows you the state that DC's in.
Yeah.
DC Comics is in a weird fluctuating state
Big
because
time.
of COVID and the firings in the company.
Yeah.
DC movies, no one knows who Discovery finally came out like 2 months ago and like, okay, we have the DC license. We're going to get a Kevin Feige. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But it's only been 2 months. It's been 2 months, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem. Like, they were like, okay, and we're already booked for San Diego. What do we know is coming out?
Yeah.
Officially in theaters.
Right.
Put those 2 out.
Right. But at least they did that, and they did it well. Like, it's Black Adam, success. New trailer. In person,
that new
The
trailer
Rock
makes
appearance.
me think that what they're going to do is the Black Adam, this Arrival, is going to be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like this is going to be, because they're using the JSA. Why would you use the JSA in a modern day setting? You wouldn't. You're using the old. This is. I could see this somehow ends and like in Shazam 2, Black Adam directly gets referenced finally.
Yep.
There was one before you. We sealed him or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's smart.
I think
that I could see happening. Like maybe the end of Black Adam, those gods arrive and seal him up.
Right.
And at the end of this one, Shazam 2, he defeats those gods. All their seals are broken, and Black Adam, The Rock rises in post credits like,
Totally.
I'm free.
I'm in the modern day.
I could see
Where's
that.
Batman?
Yep.
I could definitely see that happening.
It'll be like when Venom just fell into Spider-Man for a moment.
Yeah, for a hot second, and then went right back where he came from. Good job. So that'd be fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this, but I'm
Yeah.
more curious what they're going to do. And we can't have a discussion like this without discussing what are they going to do. Because Black Adam and Shazam, they're good. They're popular, but they're not Batman, Superman levels. Like
No. No, but they could be. The thing is, like, I think that DC is looking at it from a perspective of, like, because The Rock is attached and he is the biggest thing in cinemas, that could be enough. Like, we could create a new replacement for Batman, Superman, and more if we just lean into Black Adam.
Oh, I totally did. I think they're doing that. They're leaning into Mary Marvel, Shazam, Black Adam. They're gonna lean into this stuff, and then eventually we'll see Superman, Batman, and all them show back up. And in all honesty, I wish they had done this sooner.
Yeah.
Because that was the complaint we had with the earliest versions of this universe. They were like Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Justice League. You guys skipped a step or two.
Yeah. And there's a Wonder Woman movie in there somewhere.
No, but I mean, like, you skipped a step or two. Like, we got a Wonder Woman movie, and we kind of got an Aquaman movie. I think it came out afterwards. And then
Right,
like,
yeah, we did. Yeah.
It was weird.
That's right. That was weird.
So,
I
anything you want to
don't want to say it's a fail. I don't want to say that
not at
DC
all.
like lost. I think they did I think they did a great job for what they had. It's shocking that they haven't developed a good strategic plan to deal with what they already have. Like, there are at least two or three other movies that
I feel like Discovery hired somebody, and it's like Dan and I when we started a new project where we're like, we'll get to that tomorrow. We'll get to that tomorrow. It's like
Exactly.
sitting at some guy's desk,
Yeah,
fix DC continuity.
Yeah.
I'll get to that tomorrow.
right? Well, I'm sure he was like going to do it with piss and vinegar. He sat down. He's like, all right, Batgirl, Batman, Superman. Who's Batman in this? What? And then someone every 5 minutes is like, this is what Ezra Miller said. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, all right. So we'll start off at Flashpoint. They're like, Ezra Miller did this. We'll put Flashpoint here. Ezra Miller did this.
Batgirl then. And they're like, who is Batgirl?
We'll put Ezra Miller over here.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, you know what? Lunch.
Am I allowed to not release this?
Right. Yeah, can we, realistically, how much was that movie? And they're like, tens of millions of dollars.
Can we take it out of a couple of budgets, like an IOU?
Right. Could I, do we already have an insurance policy in this that's more than how much the movie cost? What if there was a fire? And all of the copies are in it. I'm just saying, what if that happened? It's a tragedy.
They're like, no, you got to put it out somewhere. And he's like,
HBO Max. Yeah. That's what they should do.
Yeah. I think overall, though, DC was very smart with their announcement because at the end of the day, we all knew we were going to get a lot from Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think they played it safe going, you know what? They're going to overshadow us anyway. Let's not make false promises. Let's not show things that are not ready. Let's just go with quality over quantity. And they showed
That's actually
two very quality things.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I like that, Dan. I like that a lot. Dan, you've got your gold star for the day.
Let me just put this on my...
Because think about this. If I'm DC and I've got a disastrous Flash movie, a Batgirl that to this day no one knows where it hasn't been marketed and it's not going anywhere.
No.
And I've got, a possible Man of Steel 2, maybe another
Shouldn't
Suicide
even talk
Squad.
about Man of Steel. That's not even a thing.
That's what I mean. Like, none of this is a thing. So I'm just sitting on 2 movies that I don't know what to do with at the moment. And I'm sitting on 2 movies I know what to do with. And Marvel's going to blow the doors off of San Diego Comic-Con. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. We're in the middle of a thing. We're not doing it. We're just...
No.
Hey, Dwayne, you want to show up and help us make this a big bang for the DC fans?
Yeah. Can you wear the costume on stage, please?
Just call it a day. I like that, Dan. There's your gold star.
Smart. Yay.
Because, what are they going to compete with Marvel with? They're not going to compete with Marvel with The Flash might still come out, and here's the first showings of a Batgirl movie we were supposed to release a week ago.
How about we've got Atom Smasher?
Yeah, they're not going to compete, so why even bring... It's like, I'm not going to bring all my toys to the table because no one's going to care.
So half of them are covered in mud.
Yeah.
Or broken. I don't know what to do with these.
But I have The Rock, so I'll bring The Rock.
And that was enough. People were like, did they... there was a debate. They were like, who won? I'm like, because The Rock was there? That's it? All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's that big, though. He's that big.
He's that big. You're absolutely right.
The DC animation panel was more interesting. So just saying.
Yeah,
Surprised they didn't have him pop in on that, by the way.
Right. I read these.
No, he's in there.
Yeah.
No, he's in the Super Pets movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so is Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's another one. How come they didn't talk about that? I guess because
It comes out this Friday, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes out this Friday. They talked about a few other animations.
Okay, there you go.
Like Andy just wrote up Batman versus Cthulhu for the channel.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And they announced Batman versus Cthulhu is coming to animation.
Yes, The Doom That Came to
Love it.
Gotham.
The Doom That Came to Gotham is the video. Yeah, it's the movie.
Yeah,
It's coming out.
we covered that. I was like, what?
We put it up for vote on Patreon. It's got to go to them this week or next.
Interesting.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, this has been
Absolutely
what
Marvel
the
and
fuck
DC.
is happening at DC.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please hit subscribe. We're trying to hit 100,000 subs over here. Would love your support in hitting that goal. Everyone's going to get a nice plaque if that happens. Everyone except Dan.
Oh, son of a... I knew I shouldn't have looked excited.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time right here